In a recent interview, the head coach from the NFL team Buffalo Bills pressed a kettlebell overhead. Sounds very interesting, it really is, and it's kind of unusual. But he does a mistake that many beginners make. And in this video, I'm going to react to it to show you the proper technique. Grüezi miteinander, Gregory von Lebe hier. Let's check out the segment first. Watch.
We've talked before that you like to get workouts in your driveway. You are one of the fittest men in the NFL. What if you wanted to get one in your office, coach, or maybe even in the middle of this interview? Could you just bang out some reps of a kettlebell or something like that? How would you do that?
I just bend down and get one of these things going right here. And,
let's go. Look at that.
I got the controller in the left hand.
Now here's the mistake, and it stems from the fact that many of us are used to pressing dumbbells overhead. And how do we learn to press a dumbbell overhead? Elbows flaring out to the side, dumbbell faces towards your head, and now you press it overhead in this circular motion away from your body. With a kettlebell, the whole trajectory changes. I'm not going outside, even though I can. This would be considered a side press or a scaption press, but this is rather advanced. What you rather want to do is press the kettlebell up in a straight line. The reasoning is simple. Pressing a kettlebell overhead in a straight line is not only the most efficient, but also the safest way to do it. And we want to model and follow the example of the weightlifters. Now here's how you do it. First of all, you want to learn how to clean a kettlebell into the rack position. Clean looks like this. 1, 2, 3. Here's what many beginners do wrong. They insert the kettlebell like this with a limp wrist, or they have the elbows flaring out like this. So keep the elbow close to the body, fist pointing towards your heart. And now as you press the kettlebell overhead, you want to align your elbow with your wrist in a straight line, and now press it overhead. And once you're up in that top fixation, biceps close to the ear. And here's another mistake that beginners do because they lack the strength in the technique. The forearm starts rotating, and then it looks a little bit like this. Avoid this. Press the kettlebell up, keep that forearm straight, elbow locked, tension in the shoulder, and now I'll come back down. Another thing that I want to show you is when you watch it from the sides. Now watch as I press the kettlebell up, how I'm shifting my body weight a little bit backwards, so my upper body leans back, so I can make way for the kettlebell. Now there's one particular idea that I liked about Sean McDermott's press, and that is a seated press. It might be that you are injured, or that you can't use your legs, or maybe you're sitting in a wheelchair, and you still want to train with the kettlebell. In that way, it becomes a seated press. But even if it is a seated press without using the legs, we still want to follow the same procedure. Now, cleaning the kettlebell up changes a little bit because I can't swing it between my legs. So here's what I do. I want to grab the kettlebell like this. I want to insert my hand inside the window of the kettlebell already, then lift it up like this. So I grab it by the bottom, make sure I have my hand inserted in the kettlebell window, and now I'm ready. Now, even if you're not forced to remain in a seated position, a seated press always makes sense. First of all, it is a different exercise, so it mixes up the routine, which is good for your mind to mix up things. And the second thing is pressing up the kettlebell while seated, like I mentioned, takes away the strength of the legs. So this means your upper body will build a little bit more strength. Here's the next thing that you have to do. Like the video, consider subscribing, share with a friend, and if you made it this far, consider subscribing to Kettlebell Plus right here. This is our Kettlebell membership. Follow along, workouts, skill courses, community, everything that you've dreamed of a proper kettlebell membership. We call it the Netflix of kettlebells. So sign up right here for only $1.